Wow, that's crazy. So yeah, that guy did succumb to his injuries days after that event, but yeah, fellas, that's insane. And that is why you have to really be careful about what packs you run on your bike, honestly. And no, it's not always like you have to buy the best of everything. Not true. You just don't buy the cheapest of everything. And you know, that's what some of us do first starting out, or even after you've been riding for a while. You know, some guys just want to take the cheap route all the time, and you know, that's fine for certain components, but when it comes to the battery, I don't care whether you're, you know, doing a high performance build, or no matter what type of build it is. You know, it doesn't have to be a high performance build, just a regular build where you're looking for some decent range and you're looking to buy a larger, higher capacity pack. You know, do not buy the cheapest pack you can find. That's just it. You know, cheap packs have cheap cells that are cheaply put together. And it's really the cheaper cells at the end of the day. And a lot of times it's about the discharge rate of those cheap cells. All cells are going to get warm or hot when they're displacing a lot of power. However, there are some premium cells that are built for that. You know, when you pay those expensive prices for like those miler cells, $8–9 a piece, you're paying for premium quality cells made with the best materials. And you know, those cells can discharge a lot of amps while, you know, running cool, and have higher thermal ratings as far as you know, operating temps and all that. Cheaper cells just are going to run hotter. Not only that, if they have a low discharge rate, if you have a cell with a really low discharge rate and you attempt to pull more amps than that cell is capable of making, that cell is going to run extra hot. If you got a 5 amp cell and you're pulling 10 amps out of that cell is going to run twice as hot as it normally would under normal operating conditions. So that is why the premium cells, they have higher discharge rates, like 45 amps and above, man. So when you're pulling a lot of power through those cells run a lot cooler, and don't have, you know, aren't subject to stuff like that happening. You know, again, is what I say all the time. Normally it's about performance, you get what you pay for, but it comes to safety with these batteries, same thing. I mean, these are electric bikes, so the battery is the most important component of your electric bike. So when you go hunting for a replacement battery, not buying the cheapest is gonna be safer. I mean, you know, think about it. You don't want to be cheap when it comes to the safety of your family. You wouldn't put them in a car with no seat belts and fly high speed. So you wouldn't want to bring a cheap ass $200 72 volt 20 amp hour pack in the house and you know, risk your family's safety to a pack like that. All right, just don't do it. Now, if you are going to buy a cheap ass pack, make sure you implement better safety measures, like charging that thing outside, charging it. I wouldn't even charge it in the garage, to be honest, but outside. Not only that, there are other things like you know, after you just finish riding hard, don't attempt to charge a cheap pack, you know, fast charge a cheap pack, okay? Don't do it, because even fast charging creates heat in those cells. So if they're already hot from a hard ride and you throw them on a fast charger, they're still subject to thermal runaway, you know. In fact, a lot of packs are, even with good cells, if you've been out there running and ripping for 2 or 3 hours on a group ride, riding hard, you done did 30-40 miles on the pack non-stop, it's summertime, it's above 90 degrees, man, that pack is insanely hot. So the first thing you should do when you stop riding is let your bike cool down. You know, don't bring that bike or your pack straight in the house. Give it 15-20 minutes of cool down time, or just in case it's on the verge of, like that pack, it wasn't because he was in the elevator. They had all kinds of stupid shit saying magnetic from the elevator. Bullshit. The doors hadn't even really just closed. That had nothing to do with it. That pack was going to do what it did regardless, no matter where it was at that particular time. It just so happens that it looks like he just removed it off of his bike, probably after finishing a ride or working. That pack that he had looked very familiar. It looked like one of those delivery bike packs that, you know, all of them. Yeah, there's 600,000 delivery bikes in New York, and all those fires and stuff that they are complaining about, 95% of those fires are from those delivery bike packs, because those they are the cheapest, most bare minimum pack that you can buy. I think some of those packs are like $200, $150. So that means they got the cheapest cells possible in there. Not only that, they, you know, when you have a pack that's built with minimum nickel strips and all that, the nickel strips themselves, by just being single nickel strips, puts more internal resistance on that pack. So that pack is going to run hotter, making a lot of amps. Not only that, a lot of times some of the bus bars act as a heat sink as far as your batteries are concerned. You know, the heat transfers to the bus bars and then dissipates off the bus bars. But if you just got a single thin nickel strip up there, those cells are holding in a lot of heat and not able to cool down. Plus, a lot of those packs are made, they don't have cell spacers. So that's another reason why hot glowing cells and bunching them all together really tight just so they can fit in an enclosure is not a good thing. Cell spacers leave a little gap in between the cells, so there's a little bit of ventilation in between the cells. a little bit of room for them to cool down and not transfer heat to one another. So you know, those cell spacers help with that. You know, most packs are sealed and shrink wrap, so there's no airflow in these packs at all. None of that heat is able to dissipate from the pack. Some packs are made in aluminum or metal containers that also holds the heat in. So it's just a matter of having some common sense when it comes to e-bikes, giving these things a chance to cool down. No, they're not petrol vehicles, and you can't ride hard for long times and don't expect them to overheat. You know, it's electronics. You know, when making a lot of power, they dissipate a lot of heat. So, you know, you got to give these things a chance to cool down. If you're riding hard, you know, monitor your pack temps all the time. I got 2 temperature sensors on here. One's not on right now. I just got it on the motor, but I'm able to look at my pack temperature and my motor temperature and the controller temperature. Most BMSs have your pack temperature on your BMS. So, you know, while you're riding, you got your cell phone up there, check your pack temps on your BMS from time to time. It's not just about looking at the voltage and the amps. The most important thing to monitor is that pack temperature. And if that pack is running hotter than it normally runs, and you have to pay attention to these things. When you're out on rides, you know, if you're just doing a casual ride, what is your pack temperature while you're doing a casual ride? On a regular basis, you'll get to know what your normal pack temp is. So if one day you're riding in a group ride and you're riding a little harder than normal, and your temperature is going up way above where you normally see it at, you might want to pull over and give things a little bit, let things cool down a bit. You know, you gotta have some common sense with this shit, man. You know, it's not rocket science at the end of the day, man. Just like a human being, if you running for 2 and 3 miles, your ass gonna overheat and fall out. Same thing with these bikes, man. These batteries and motors and shit. Overworking them, they're gonna overheat, and you know, you're not gonna have good results as far as longevity and durability of your motor, controller, and your pack. But yeah, man, that pack is the most important thing. You know, even with me having good cells in my pack, even when I monitor my pack temps, whenever I get back from a ride where I've been juicing it a little bit and you know, pushing it a little bit, I always let this thing sit outside for at least a half an hour and let shit cool down. I ain't never bringing this thing up in the house or in the yard or any of that right after a ride. Nah, man, let stuff cool down. That's it. All right, that's all I wanted to talk about today, guys. Yeah, I know I haven't been making any videos, but I told you guys it was going to be like this. When I got all them P45Bs, I said I got a lot of work to do, and no bullshit, man. I had a lot of work to do, and unfortunately, I'm not finished yet. I know I got some guys waiting to see the outcome of this and the pack that I'm making for this. Truth be told, I haven't even started on my own pack yet. You know, I said I had a big, large pack to build, and not only that, I had a couple other smaller packs to build in between and other packs, and you know, I got to get some of that money back before I can get back to playing with mine, man. A lot of money was put out on those cells, and you know, regardless of what people think, the bill man cometh and collect from me too. So you know, I had to recoup, get that money, and right now it's about getting that money, and I can play afterwards. So it won't be long. I'm damn near finished this project I was working on. I really should have been finished that, to be honest, but I had some life stuff happening at the same time. I just don't, as much as I would like to just work on batteries and bikes all day, you know, I got life shit happening too. I got other things that need to be attended to, you know, with the house, cars, all that kind of stuff. So, you know, sometimes I gotta take care of other shit, and at the end of the day, this isn't always a priority. But I'm really close. I'm about to finish that big project. I'm gonna roll that out and demonstrate that. And man, honestly, this project, truth be told, I didn't really want to speak on it too much because I didn't want to put any bad luck on it or anything, talking too much before. But man, if this all goes well, this may boost crisscrossing wires. This may really put me up there in the battery making world. You know what I mean? If people didn't believe I could make a good pack prior to this, when they find out what I've been doing and what this project is about, when I'm done, there will be no mistake about it that I'm building some hellified quality high output packs, and that's what I wanted to do. You know, there are already a lot of companies out there making great packs, and I'm not even going to attempt to pull any of that market away from them guys, because there's no way I could possibly do that, at least not at this stage. However, I do want to, you know, get that little part of business where guys are doing more high output builds, you know, those next level builds that need next level power. Man, this e-bike shit is going crazy. I mean, it's getting faster. Guys are getting faster and faster by the day. New technology is coming out, bigger, more powerful controllers, and them more powerful controllers need more powerful battery systems. And you know, at one time 150 DC line amps was a lot of amps, and then, you know, last year I was doing 450, 500 DC line amps. That was a lot to me. Now guys are running 1,000, 1,500 DC line amps, not phase amps, line amps. And man, if you know anything about high current, and man, you know how many amps 1,000 DC line amps is? It's an insane amount of amps. And man, I'm going off topic for a minute. I seen somebody say this in the group chat, and you know, and I was thrown off by this because the person that said it, I was surprised they said it because I thought they knew a little something. But they were saying that the phase amps that go to your motor are AC. No, they are not. Just because they are phasing, yes, they do phase between those three wires, they alternate, but that does not make that alternating current. It is still DC current. It's coming from a DC power source. There's no way you can have AC current coming from a DC power source unless you have a special device like a power inverter that converts DC to AC. You know, like they do make power inverters that you can hook up to your battery system and run 110 volts, you know, house power stuff. You can plug in drills and all that kind of stuff in the inverter. But your motor on your e-bike, your controller is not converting DC to AC. It is not. That is bullshankster. But anyway, man, I hate talking through this goddamn helmet because I sound like I got a lisp because it's so damn tight on my jaws. So I really should have popped the top, but it is what it is. I'm done. I just wanted to come out and take a real quick ride. I'm actually gonna go zoom around for a minute, but I ain't filming none of that. Man, I got people saying, hey, why you ain't riding? Your shit blowed up. Your bike broke. Is your bike gone? Yada yada. Man, be for real. Be for real. How my shit gonna be blowed up when I got damn near everything I need to fix it up? If my bike was to burn up and blow up, best believe it would be fixed up with the quickness so fast you wouldn't even never know it was burned up. But honestly, man, that just ain't gonna happen. I ain't saying it can't happen, but the possibility of that happening to me is really low because I'm anal about monitoring my shit. That's why I'm trying to tell y'all, man. You look at these pack temperatures, these controller temperatures, motor temperatures, stay on top of that shit and you won't be burning shit up. And don't attempt to run crazy amounts of power through shit that ain't built for crazy amounts of power. Dudes trying to run 1800 phase amps through a 273, you gonna burn that shit up. And I don't mean to laugh at that, but yeah, man, I don't know what makes you think you can do that. And I'm not talking about my homie, he accidentally did that, but nah, I'm talking about other people that's supposed to know better than that doing that shit, man. Nah, you can't do that. Now, you can run a lot of watts on the 273 from high voltage and a good amount of phase amps, but man, you can't run no damn 1800 phase amps on no 273. You done lost your mind. You might can run some high watts on that thing, maybe 70, 60,000 watts, maybe even 100,000 watts, but that's not going to be with an absurd amount of phase amps. That's going to be with some high voltage and maybe 800-900 phase amps. But and you know, that's pushing it. But yeah, all right, y'all take care. I'm gonna zip around for a minute, crisscrossing wires. We still out here doing what we do, and when we come back, we gonna be bigger and better than ever. Peace. I'm out.